What's up everybody, my name is Vincent. Welcome to Cryptolution, where we talk about everything under the moon in the crypto universe. Today's Friday, May 2nd. Now in today's video, we're going to be talking about the potential of dog Bitcoin either hitting between a 5x or 1000x in 2025. Now you must be wondering, what does that mean? Well, there is recently an article that was just published that kind of shared with us, is dog Bitcoin positioned to be a 1000x? Well, I want to share with you some context of what that market cap would be for dog Bitcoin from 5x to 1000x. But also I want to share with you charting analysis, what's going on with the dog price, and in recent news, the dog whale, this mega whale that's been accumulating dog that had roughly around $1.3 million of dog in their portfolio, just ended up accumulating more as of yesterday. But another thing I want to share with you is this other wallet. This other wallet has been pretty much manipulating the floor. They have a ton of sell orders. I want to tell you more about it and how we could possibly find out who this person is. So let's get right into it. Let's not waste any time. Smash the like button, subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to join us on X, and please be careful with any of the scammers down in the comments below. I will never reach out via WhatsApp, Telegram, direct messaging, or email. So please be careful and invest safely. So guys and girls, let's get right into it. So as you can see right now, dog Bitcoin is hovering around a 300 million market cap. Now it kind of bounces between 290 to even 300 million, but right now it's staying sustained above 300 million. Now when we compare it to Bitcoin's price, let's see how it's performing. Not so bad. They're pretty much correlated side by side. One's not pumping more than the other, but I think that right now dog's just trying to find its place. I think right now, even if you look over the 7 days, dog is still outperforming Bitcoin. Bitcoin right now still is sustained around 97,000. Now, when I think about when Bitcoin was at 100,000, believe it or not, dog was actually at 300 million market cap. So the fact that it's already at 300 million market cap before Bitcoin reached 100,000 is actually quite promising. So if Bitcoin's going to continue to pump to 100,000, especially over the weekend, anything could happen. Then maybe dog Bitcoin is going to surpass maybe $310 million. So that's just my point of view. Now, in terms of ranking, it's increased to around 153. I think yesterday it was around 155. It's doing quite well. I definitely think eventually it's going to flip XPX 6900. I think that their market cap and their community is kind of dying out. It's not doing so well. Now, another thing I want to bring up is how dog is being leveraged on Bitcoin. As Leonidas has said, the reminder is that the second most valuable token, which is dog, by the way, is essentially leverage Bitcoin. So when Bitcoin pumps, dog pumps harder. So that's actually something that I've noticed about dog, but we also have to keep in mind that when Bitcoin takes a dump, dog takes a dump harder. But that's not just about dog, it's also meme coins, altcoins. So if you notice, whenever Bitcoin takes a dump, everything takes like 2x, even up to 10x dump harder. So let's pay attention to the social media mentions. Thank you for Duke of Dog for bringing this up. So he's using a tool called Lunar Crush. He says that dog Bitcoin leads all dog theme coins, up 9.2%, up over 24 hours, and engagement is up 328,000 engagements. So that's actually pretty cool. Now, the reason we compare dog compared to these other dog coins, as you already know, dog themed meme coins are the best performing meme coins across all meme coin sectors. So when you're looking at dog being this new meme coin on Bitcoin, you want to see how it's competing against these other testnet chains and other testnet coins, because these dog coins are also inflationary, or they're built on a chain such as Solana or Ethereum that have a very low, small market cap compared to Bitcoin's one. Actually, I think it's over $2 trillion as of right now. So there's a lot of capital that could be reached there. But let's get into the nitty gritty. So yesterday, this mega whale, which we brought up in this previous post, if you haven't seen that already, this person just 2 days ago bought 13 million dog tokens, and they had roughly around $1.32 million of dog. Now, in the previous slide, this is what this person's done. They accumulated more tokens yesterday, 5.1 million dog tokens. So this person, remember, is not selling, is not transferring their tokens. So this is a mega whale. So if they're accumulating, what do they know that we do not know? But I will tell you, when whales act like this, when mega whales act like this behind the scenes, they know something that we don't. And that's something that you really need to pay attention to. But I do have to mention one particular wallet that's been on my radar. And this is something that Polis Dog brought up to my attention. I've been paying attention to this wallet for quite some time. So this is a totally different wallet. Now, this wallet particularly has been manipulating the floor of dog for quite some time. So here's a little bit of context. So as of right now, they have 83 open sell orders on Dog. This is very normal for this particular wallet. Usually when I study wallets, they don't have that many sell wallets or sell orders. Sometimes it's like maybe 5 or 10. This person has 83. Now, I want to share with you something on Genie data. So I want you to pay attention to one thing with this wallet. Now, if you go over to transactions and then you click on the sell tab, you'll notice that he is selling almost every single day on Magic Eden and on OKX. But believe this, he has over 2,440 pages of sell orders of Dog. Look how many orders are on each page. So when I go back to the last page, when was the earliest he started participating and selling Dog? Believe it or not, it was July 3rd of 2024. So ever since July 3rd of 2024, he has been selling Dog, or she has been selling Dog, or it has been selling Dog for that amount of time. This person has been manipulating the floor as much as possible. They don't have a ton, they only have 17 million tokens, but nonetheless, they are selling Dog. Now, I need your help. I need you to help me find out who this person is. Now, down below is actually quite interesting. Now, this person actually owns these 5 ordinal NFTs. They have Wizard 1168, Wizard 2048, Wizard 2385, 2205, 1146. So this person is actually a person. It's not like some market maker or tier 1 exchange. It's actually a person. So this person has been manipulating the floor and has been suppressing the price of Dog as of right now. So I need your help to finding out who this person is. If you can find it on Genie data, if you can find it on Magic Eden, it would be very much appreciated. But nonetheless, there are people manipulating the floor as there are much as people buying up the floor. Now let's focus on the 1000x gain that could potentially happen for Dog between 5 to 1000x. Because today, this article was shared by some international online magazine, which I've never heard of, but nonetheless, they posted an article and specifically mentioned Dog in their post. And they listed Dog as their top cryptos that could potentially 1000x within 2025. We need to study how much it can gain between a 5x up to 1000x. So for context, the market cap right now for Dog is hovering around 300 million market cap. So if Dog were to 5x, that means the market cap of Dog would be 1.5 billion. 10x would be 3 billion. 20x would be 6 billion. 50x would be 15 billion. 100x, 30 billion. 500x, 150 billion. 1000x would actually be a $300 billion market cap. Now keep in mind, Dogecoin's all-time high market cap in the 2021 bull run was roughly around $80 billion, roughly. I think what we could see in 2025 is anywhere between a 5x up to 100x. That's where I think Dog could be, because $30 billion for Dog Bitcoin is not too far-fetched. And the reason I say that is because we've seen Shiba Inu around 40 billion. So really, you know, Shiba Inu, the number 1 meme coin on Ethereum, isn't really doing that well. And it's inflationary, their token supply. And also, Ethereum has a very small market cap compared to Bitcoin's $2 trillion market cap. So to me, it makes no sense for Dog to stay below $30 billion. Eventually, it's going to meet all these different milestones, and it could definitely, at a minimum, hit between 20x to 50x. That's a minimum. And I definitely think it hit 100x possibly in 2025. Now let's look into the chart. So right now, Dog is continuing its bull trend. So this is a regression trend indicator that allows us, this tool allows us to understand why Dog is staying within this blue range, and it's continuing to stay within it, and it could pop out of it at any moment in time. It could be a God candle. We've seen God candles happen within Dog Bitcoin. As you can see here, right around here, we saw it here, we even saw it here. It can happen at any moment in time for Dog, and we haven't seen that God candle just yet. Now, the sharp green candlestick, to me, isn't a God candle. That's just a little necessary pump for Dog to be repriced in its really legitimate pricing point. I think that the price of Dog is going to soon hit $380 million in terms of market cap. It could bounce within this range, but I feel like if it does go up and bounce, the support level would be around 270 to 280 million market cap, which is actually good. The fact that we see a pump and then maybe a dump and then back up is, to me, completely normal. The MACD is still sharing with us that we are still heading into the buyer's market. So much more upside to be had. So once it gets before this green line, we could see Dog Bitcoin hit that 380 million market cap. And ladies and gentlemen, we still have not seen a blue histogram bar for Dog Bitcoin. We have not seen it just yet. That means that when this green or blue histogram bar does pop up, that means that's the very beginning of a very massive bull run for dog Bitcoin that will send it shooting up to the moon. I just don't know how soon that's going to happen, but this is happening quite quickly. So I don't know what's going to happen over the weekend. You're going to see some consolidation. You're going to see dog's price jump up and down, but you're seeing whales accumulate as retail's trying to fumble and figure out what they're trying to do. Whales don't do that. We just act on indicators, we act on charting analysis, and we do our research. So that's why we're buying as much as we can right now. But retail, they tend to follow the price, and they'll react really strongly. So that's everything in a nutshell. Listen, dog Bitcoin is going to hover around 300 million. Maybe over the weekend, it may go below that. Nonetheless, that's the time for me to dollar cost average. That's always been my buy zone. And it will be always my buy zone until we hit a 380 million market cap, because I know that's where it's going to head eventually. So with that said, we don't know what's going to happen with Bitcoin's price. Bitcoin's price is still at 97,000. Will it retrace because there's pretty much greedy short leverage traders out there? I don't exactly know. But I know that this month, there's going to be a Bitcoin conference at the end of the month, roughly around the 27th of this month. So, I don't know what's going to happen with Bitcoin's price historically. Believe it or not, I actually haven't seen positivity with Bitcoin's price whenever there's a Bitcoin conference, but maybe this narrative has changed. So with that said, these are just my thoughts, my opinions, but I hope that you've enjoyed this video. I want you all to have an amazing weekend. I will see you all next Monday, but until then, by supporting the channel and you want to get all the updates regarding dog Bitcoin, you need to smash up that like button, subscribe to the channel, join us on X, and then I will see you next Monday to report on dog. Until then, see you guys girls next time.